One more time in the vault of the super wrestlers we go, as our guest has been, we have been fortunate and blessed to have Billy Whack on the Power Hour before each of the super wrestler programs. And this is number 11, which means you have been on their show 11 times. So
I've been
that
on the show
makes
10
you
times. We
cool.
missed one.
This is time number 11.
Is it?
Yeah. No, I think this might be
We
time number 12.
No, I think it's time number 10. I think we missed one.
Did we miss one?
I
Let's
think
go
we
back
did.
in the we've done so many of these things that I
I
just
was
don't even
I was afraid
remember.
we were going to be jinxed and the show wouldn't go well because I didn't do the show here.
I don't think the Power Hour affects the trajectory of the super wrestlers in any way,
I
but
don't
I'm happy
know.
that you said that.
It always pumps me up the week going into the show, so I don't know. But we made it to 11, so it didn't I
And
guess
it's been
I
great.
guess it didn't. Yeah.
And as I said in the little promo thingy, uh, we have been there on this since before the pandemic. We had you now. See, that's where I think we've got
Okay.
11 because I think we had you on
Maybe
pre-pandemic when the Super Wrestlers was still kind of in the mist.
you're
He's
right.
going to do something, but we don't know what it is yet.
You're right. You're right. Okay. Okay. That tracks now. That tracks. And look, thank God for pandemic. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I don't know if we were ready back in 2020. I don't know. 2023 seemed to suit us just fine.
They say everything kind of lines up in a trajectory for a reason. So, maybe 2020 wasn't the time for the super wrestlers, but 2023 through 2025 heading into 2026 certainly seems to be a great time in the land of the Concord Music Hall. The question is it big enough now? Are you outgrowing your space?
Not yet. Not yet. We're still in that sweet spot, savoring the sweet spot that we're still in. I love it.
The best part is each and every month, each and every show, not each and every month because it's it's a try month. It's every three. So
Hmm.
it seems like there's new angles, new characters, and new directions. So if you miss one, uh, you can be haplessly confused. I just started going through some of the shows that I've missed. I've heard an awful lot about them, but I hadn't watched them until recently. There's a lot of shit that happened since the last time I was at the Concord Music Hall.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, look, we only do them every 3 months, so we got to hit the ground running and throw everything we can at it.
The last show I went to, the last thing I remember were the feet of Christian Sugarsmith being whisked away by helicopter to the land of candy. That was a while. It's been a while.
Wow. You've missed a lot. I
I've
mean,
missed pharaohs and queens and and
geez.
and sons that were fathers and fathers that were sons. And
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's quite a bit. But thanks to the power of YouTube, now I assume you're caught up a
yes,
little
I am.
bit.
I am ready to go and looking very much forward to this Sunday. One more time into the great abyss we go, and it's great that it caps off your holiday weekend in fine style. How are ticket sales for the Secrets of the Super Wrestler? Are we doing well?
We are doing well. We are I always get nervous and then I always check and then I always find out we're doing well. Um I, yeah. And it blows my mind because again, we don't release the matches. We don't say what's what's going to happen. We don't we I guess we could. I guess we actually could say stuff that's happening and that would be a draw, but we are still selling tickets based on the brand and I guess maybe the unpredictability of
And I
what
think
could
that's
happen.
very, I think that actually is it. It's when you walk in that building, the minute it starts, you have no idea what the fuck is going to happen. Anything can
Mhm.
happen. There's lava on the floor, there are horses, there's all kinds of crazy things that can happen. What's the word I'm looking for here? Dildos in Amazon boxes. That
Yeah, we
that was
haven't
right on, that was right from jump.
we haven't had yeah, we haven't had a dildo in a while at the Super Wrestlers.
I'm
Um
waiting for a super wrestler like Edward Dildo Hands or something. I mean, I think that might be
Oh
taking things
yeah.
a skosh too far, but you just never know from the
You
mind
never know.
of Billy Whack and company. Um, I find that each and every time you've done it, you become more prominent on the Concord Music Hall's website. And I think that's very, I think that actually is it. It's when you walk in that building, the minute it starts, you have no idea what the fuck is going to happen. Anything can happen. social media platform because usually in the first couple, you have to hunt through some things to find you. Now, when you get close, you guys are right. It come right up as one of the first things. It's almost like they're proud parents.
Well, yeah, I would hope so. I would like to think also maybe we're almost getting to a point, reaching that undeniable status where like we're one of the driving. We've got to be by now because we've had repeat acts at the Concord Music Hall, but I think the Super Wrestlers has to finally be the most repeated show there.
To
I
be
think.
that consistent, especially with, let's be honest, there's a lot of opportunities to see wrestling now, more so than we can ever remember.
Mhm.
And still, the Super Wrestlers has that magic each and every time it goes out. That has to be pretty satisfying.
Oh my God. I say it. I've said it. If it's been 11 times, I've said it 11 times. I'm living the dream. Things are great to live in this creative fantasy world of pro wrestling where some of the best guys around are doing like the funnest stuff, being able to make music for this, with Alex Fisher, writing stuff with CM Venom, doing things like I check my pulse. Am I dead? It's again, I don't know what to say. To have survived all of the bullshit of the Chicago indie wars, to come out alive, without any real scars, um, and to be doing it again at this level, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I am a broken record when it comes to this. It's still the greatest stuff ever.
It is amazing. And it's fun that I can still remember that very first thing that happened that gave me pause, to which I knew this was going to be special. When you came out for the first time, the first show, and you said, don't suspend disbelief, believe.
Just believe.
That to me, it go see there are phrases and sayings that you encounter over the course of your lifetime that impact you in ways that you don't maybe understand or even recognize at the time, but you refer to them in your life as time goes by. I go back to my childhood, and a phrase like, in the end, the love you take equals the love you make, has resonated with me since I heard it the first time I listened to Abbey Road. Now, this is not bullshit. This is real. What you said that night is in that bag of things that I refer to in my life as those moments where you're just you like, you know what? That's fucking it, man. That's fucking it about wrestling in general. Don't don't suspend your disbelief. Believe everything that fucking happens, and then you'll have a better and more enjoyable experience.
Well, the weird thing is too, it it also disarms the casual fan that might go there to like, well, let's see, oh, that looked fake, oh, that looked, the F word, the old F word in the wrestling business, and it sort of disarms it, and it's like we're saying this guy's from a different planet, and we want you to believe. Now, if they came out at the beginning of like any other local show in the area and was like, folks, for the next 2 hours, we want you to believe all this shit is real, you'd be like, that's crazy. I don't know, that seems really weird. And you'd have a weird feeling maybe if you went to like a CSW or a POW show and someone came out and was like, just believe everything you see tonight. Taking the extra step and like sort of safeguarding the whole plan and saying, this shit is wild. Don't be like, that looks fake, because we're already saying this guy's from another planet. You're in on the joke already when you bought the ticket. You don't
That's it.
have to, you don't have to be like shitty about it. And everybody gets it. So it works. Uh, Thanks for that. I'm glad that's in your bag. I hope I hope there were people that were like, oh, cool. I'm just gonna have a good time then, and as opposed to being like critical of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
So
don't think I would ever have been critical of it, but I know I looked at it differently. When I got to Super Wrestlers the first time, I'm like, this is going to be great. I'm here at the beginning of the LWF2, but it's not even remotely the same thing. And if you hadn't have prefaced it with that, I might have looked at it differently, which I think has allowed me to enjoy it much more. I believe in cross-sternia. I believe the overlord is above us, looking down, trying to manipulate things. And it's cool to be able to believe. They tried to put out in AEW that Chris Statlander was an alien. They didn't try very hard, so nobody really gave a shit about it. I
Right.
truly believe he's up there looking down, going, "You will. This is not going to be your night, pal."
Me too.
Referee robots. I believe in the Nexus. I want a Nexus for Christmas.
Oh man, 2028. I'm sure we'll actually by then have they'll be expensive.
Yes, they
But
will.
by 2035, we'll have them all. They'll be like C3POs walking around our houses.
That would be a very strange thing, and people will find ways to complain about that too. The only
Oh yeah.
thing I really know about the secrets, because the secrets have been kept. Nobody has spilled the secrets. It's like a Lucasfilm from the 80s. Nobody is talking about anything. It's being held up under titles like Blue Harvest as such. But we know that Siphon is going to be involved in something versus the punk rock Prince. That has been at least confirmed on social media. There was a promo video of some sort. Talk
Oh
about
no,
maybe that.
it happened. It happened at the last one. That was the main event of the last show, Siphon versus Jordan Cross.
And there's more
Um,
to it. I believe that they're innuendoing perhaps that maybe there's more there than meets the eye. Not Optimus Prime more than meets the eye, but some things maybe following that from the last show.
well, remember, it's also a little bit like NBC Heroes, where everybody is eventually, inevitably tied to one another. Um, but oh, it's just that's one of those stay tuned sort of
You
things
just
right
made
there.
an NBC Heroes reference.
I mean, an
That's
NBC
amazing.
Heroes reference.
Because if
NBC
you
Heroes.
sneezed, you might have missed that, and that was better than it was ever given its due.
That first season was really, really good.
Really good. And then they jumped the shark quickly on that
I
show,
thought, was
as
there a
happens.
writer's strike? There was something that happened, I thought, that like
Yeah.
screwed up everything. Oh,
I was a big fan of Manifest for the first little while because I really believed that plane suddenly came back from the future.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
And
forgot
then
about that.
then it just kind of right off the drill. Oh, welcome, Cactus Rack. How are you? And she's still muted, but
I'm
oh, here she
here.
is.
I'm here. I'm here. Hey, girl. Hey, it's been a day.
Did you remember the boob tape this time?
It's been a day. I don't need boob tape when I'm at work, Steven.
I
How
digress.
dare you attack me like this as soon as I get onto the
I told
podcast?
you we were going to talk about that wardrobe malfunction.
I thought we would talk about it later.
We might talk about it now. We might talk about it later.
Why do we have to talk about it now? Why are
I
you
think
attacking me?
Billy and C Red would enjoy a good wardrobe malfunction story.
Well,
Boob
then why
tape?
don't
What
why don't
happened?
why don't you tell the story, Steve, since you're so desperate to tell it?
Have you ever seen Apocalypse Now?
Yes.
Yes, that's what that when Cactus was skating, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Uh,
Well,
when you are a skater like a wrestler and you make certain moves, there are inevitabilities that happen. And when a skater of Cactus's proportions
What
does
does that
not,
mean?
it means I'm trying not to make reference
well,
to
what is
it's
that
right
picture?
fucking there in the
The
goddamn
picture.
picture. If you are not properly sealed, things can happen. Strange things, wondrous things.
Frankly, I believed I was properly sealed. I wore a different bodysuit for that particular reason, and I do not appreciate you calling me out like this.
Boob
It
tape.
was, it was like a band-aid on a bullet wound. But anyway, uh, it,
Thanks, Steve.
it made for great theater. We'll get more involved in it later because I have questions. Because what I
Absolutely.
saw was like an unidentified flying object. I think I saw something, but I'm not sure, and I'm not cool enough to be Mulder.
Okay, I'm sorry. If someone can be knocked out of their shoes, I like can it just not be a given that someone can be knocked out of their top and can we just be done?
Wow.
Indeed, indeed, it can. Yes, we'll get back to the infamous wardrobe malfunction a little later on in the program.
Yes, thank you.
Hall of Famer C Red, super wrestlers. It's coming, and they have secrets. What do you think the secrets are?
Whatever the hell is in Bill Cosplay's glass.
I feel like that's stronger than a roofie.
Oh, I know it is.
Those sweaters are fucking epic. I just want you to know. A human that can wrestle in a sweater like that,
Sometimes two.
sometimes too.
Sometimes they come so, amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah, someone who has to cut my sleeves off every time I try to wear them when I skate. How he can wrestle in a sweater and pants
And dress shoes.
and not die is the real secret here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what is his finishing move? What is the Bill Cosplay finishing move? Is it a Jello pudding reference? Do we even have one yet?
I don't think we've seen a finishing move.
We haven't got there yet, but
Like the Huxtable hammer or something? I don't know. I feel like it could be something cool.
He has like a finishing prop.
Yeah. He's
Who
got a finishing prop.
who drank it? Who drank the elixir this past time?
It was pubic moose on accident. He
Mhm.
threw it in his face. He got hot kazooied. Hot kazooie gave him the old stink face, but it scorched him. And needing a quick relief, he ran up on stage where there had been a discarded Bill Cosplay from hours previous. He just grabbed it, threw it in his face, won the match, became the master wrestler of the super wrestlers. But as he was celebrating, it had taken its toll. Down he went. Out comes Bill Cosplay with the hot potato title.
He outsmarted Hot Kazooie, but he could not outsmart Bill Cosplay.
That is correct. And now Pubic Moose is both the best wrestler and the worst wrestler in the Super Wrestling.
Is the most brilliant fucking thing again, when I saw it, when I heard about it, I'm like, that is the most brilliant thing in the history of professional wrestling. Simultaneously, the best and worst. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Poor Pubic Moose.
Or Pubic Moose.
Poor guy.
Recently, to kind of, we're gonna kind of we'll circle back to this coming Sunday, but I want to talk about a few other things while we have you. You came out in full Billy Whackness to ARW's big Hammond Civic Center thing. And you were as Billy Whack as you have ever been when you got up there, you went in and you introduced Stephen Flo. When that happened, I'm sitting there going, my God, it is the iteration of Billy Whack that I remember from Pro Wrestling Blitz. You kind of walk, you didn't just walk up there. See, Billy Whack doesn't walk, he sachets. It's very smooth, very deliberate. And you got up there and there were some mean people involved in your little introduction. It didn't go well.
That was how I met God, I forgot his name already. But look, here's a little backstory. They had asked me if I wanted to come out and ring announce, and I was like, geez, no, I'm good. That's why I was sitting next to you guys, and everyone's like, no, you're supposed to go. All these heads poke out of the curtain, and I'm not going to get up, run around, go behind just so I come out of the curtain. And I was like, no, I'm good. But they still called me, so I go out. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to just introduce Stephen Flo. And the ring announcer just hands me the card with 6 names on it. And I'm like, he's like, oh, you're doing the whole thing. And like, poof, off he went. So what was happening there was like absolutely 10,000% like ad lib off the cuff. But yeah, then that dude came out. What was his name?
This was the Battle Royal? Was this the Battle Royal that you were involved?
6-man. It was the
The
6-man.
Right? Was it Marcellus? Was it Donovan Marcellus?
Donovan Marcellus.
The child.
Oof. Donovan Marcellus.
He is the Grogu of ARW, and not in the best of ways.
I wasn't even sure I was going to be ring announcing. Now I'm ring announcing, and I think I'm doing an all right job. And he comes out, and he didn't like it, so he went back and wanted another, like someone else. Like, oh man, what nice to meet you, Donovan Marcellus.
Well, he's about to have his comeuppance tomorrow evening. I don't think Greg Glover is going to take very long whipping his ass up and down the streets of Hobart, Indiana.
But I'm gonna say this real fast. Then I went and I sat back by you guys and I watched the match. And the guy's pretty good. He's pretty fucking good.
he's young and he's brash. He's
He's
young.
brash.
I mean, it reminds you of there were wrestlers like that in the LWF that kind
Sure.
of marched to their own tune and did their own
Sure.
thing. I mean, that was part of the charm.
It was. But I hate being in the crosshairs of some young up and comer. And by the way, if you were an LWF fan, you have back problems now. So it's just like, man, the young
I
guys coming at
wasn't
me.
an LWF fan, and I have back problems now. So
Yeah, but your back problems are, well, that's different, all right?
It's the wardrobe malfunction.
no,
The
my back
wardrobe.
problems are from roller derby and deadlifting. Thank you very much.
What is this picture I'm looking at? Look at this picture.
You don't see my friend Decadent dressed as Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
I do, and your eyes are up there, young lady. But no wonder why there's back problems. Come on.
Oh my god.
See, it's not me, not just me anyway.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I ain't said a word.
What'd you say, Sean?
I ain't said a word.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
See, he's a Hall of Famer now, so he's a big shot.
He's a Hall of Famer.
That's right. That's right. So it was great because you did your ring announcing bit, and then you had the opportunity to do some commentary. So I got to sit next to you while you were and that was for me a great moment because I remember when I worked for the Illinois Broadcasting School that I got to sit behind the stage listening to you do commentary at Blitz once upon a time, many moons ago in Joliet. And then, I got a chance to kind of live the dream, as they say. I'm like, at some point I would love, before I shuffle off this mortal coil, to do commentary with Billy Whack. Big, like I said, whether you like this or you don't like it, we're almost done with the show. So all bets are off for any kind of non-fanness. But you in independent wrestling for me have been a very important figure. As I have said, the first taste of indie wrestling I got was LWF in Lamont. So you were the master of ceremonies then, so you made an impression on a young man in those days. And then I was kind of shadowing and learning things from the school at Blitz. And, I got to watch you do some pretty amazing fucking things at Blitz. And we never really talk about the Blitz era on this show. We talk about the super wrestlers because that's our job. We want to make sure that people understand that that is the best use of your wrestling money. If you only have money to spend it there. It's worth it there. But Pro Wrestling Blitz was a monster, and I don't think people talk about it enough.
It was
There
a
are
great
maybe
time. Yeah.
there are maybe some reasons why they don't always talk about it. There are some things about it that were found out after the fact that were, I don't know. I'll let everybody have their own opinion about it. But when I was there and I did things there, I was always treated very well. I had a very cool moment with Jimmy Hart and White Castle sandwiches at one of those shows because I interviewed him at the school. And, it was, people were always very cool. I met Shogun Chris Logan for the first time there. I got to interview Marche Rocket for the first time there. So Blitz has a special place in my heart. And now Rocket Pro is in the building that the Blitz, that I don't think there'd be wrestling in Joliet if the Blitz didn't do it there first. I kind of feel like you established a wrestling town by being as good as you were. What are some of your memories from the Blitz days? Do you look back on it favorably? Do you not look back on what's Billy Whack think about pro wrestling Blitz? Because there sure are a lot of pictures that have the little Blitz watermark on them that have you in it doing your Billy Whack stuff.
Blitz was a great time. I got to book over there and come up with stuff over there. At the time, that was almost like a sequel of LWF. We had a lot of the guys over there. And so I was like, okay, this is it. I thought this was like the second coming of it. Um, it ended really weird. It ended weird for me. Like after all that time, like it just suddenly like poof, like we're going in another direction, and they went in another direction, and then like poof again, poof. Like so, I don't know. I to this day I really don't entirely know why it ended the way it did. Um, and I truly don't know about some of the wild things that like were coming out about it afterwards and stuff like that. Um, I just know that for a good healthy time, a good span of like 3 years or something, maybe more. It was it was a great, it was like once a month. We were once a month, right? uh, and it was same spot. That's the thing. You get a company, you get good people around it, you get good production, and you're in the same venue, and it'll just take off. It was a really good run. It was a really good run for me, and like even other people. We brought a lot of old LWF people in. Um, we had Commissioner Brooks, and we had Supreme and CM Venom on commentary, and we had Ringmaster and Machine and Grin and all those guys, and then mixing with guys that like I had just met, like William Jacobs and stuff like that. Getting to work with Paulie Tomaselli and campaigning to get Shogun in there. I remember talking to Tony about getting Shogun in, and Vic Capri is there, and Maddie Starr is there. It was it was a really good time. It was a really good time. I I would say that around when Blitz was going on, that was one of the best things that was happening around.
All you have to do is remember the days and when it was so big it had to go to Romeoville for the WrestleFests
Mm-hmm.
because that was there must have been almost 3,000 people in that building for that. I think it was WrestleFest 6 was the one I got to be a part of. We were doing a radio commentary that was being broadcast through the school's radio station. So I want to say we were 5 miles away from the ring because we had to
Mm-hmm.
use binoculars to see what was going on. So imagine having binoculars looking at the ring. But that was the night of the Magic Ladders, where you had the likes of Brubaker and Marche Rocket and
Yeah.
Hardcore Craig engaged in a monstrous ladder match, and the NWO was there almost in full. It was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash,
Mm-hmm.
Eric Bischoff. They were all there.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
a multi-generational extravaganza, and boy, the shit hit. I think the heart. I think the Dudley boys were raffling off pieces of the table they broke.
sure. Those WrestleFest shows were wild. Yeah, like thousands of people. And I was just I was booking. I was making it happen.
So that was you. You made that show because
We
that's
would
one of the
have
most memorable shows I've ever been to.
we would have I mean, you'd have to sit down with Tony and like pitch your ideas, and he would just, all right, no. And then I'd be like, well, here's why I think. I would never just like, here's these matches. I would just like, here, I would always show my work. I would always try to sell like what I was doing. Ringmaster at the time, or for some of the time he was part of the booking team. Um, but there was like a bit of a committee, and we would always go out and have sushi, and we would always like book the shows. But also a good time, a really good time to be in pro wrestling. I've always tried to attach like myself to what I thought would be the sweet spot of like the attendance is good, the production is good, the shows are good. They let me do what I want, and if I was booking, I was kind of doing what I wanted. I was doing the heel manager thing, and that's just if you've ever been a heel manager in a pro wrestling company, let me tell you, it's therapy. It's literally therapy to just go out there and just talk shit. But I would always try to wrap a reason why I would get a little method with it, and would just do my thing. But good times with Pro Wrestling Blitz.
Such amazing times, such amazing memories. Red, he just talked about heel managers. That was basically the entire 2010s for you.
Ah, I'm hurt.
Yeah, I believe it.
That is not. Let me just say, first of all, since we're off super wrestlers, so to go to ARW and to have you sit next to me, first of all, let's be honest. You had no inkling of commentary, and then all of a sudden, Steve pushes it off on you.
Yep.
So
I
how
wasn't
dare
missing
you,
that
Steve?
moment. I wasn't missing it.
Yeah, but you left me and Billy, and I'm like, okay.
All right,
Some
what
of
you
these
just
guys,
said. You left
some of
me
these
and Billy.
guys, some of these guys,
Come on,
I
man.
don't
You guys
even
are as
know.
professional as that
So,
shit gets.
we're gonna have to wing the shit out of this.
As opposed to
Uh,
what? Isn't that kind of what we always do?
but so since Steve can have a fan moment, so shall I again. our history, as you know, goes way back. And again, uh, before the LWF was even created, I should say, in the form of live entertainment. Uh, we were on, I would be on the phone, spinning up the phone bill, listening to what does Billy Whack have to say today about the Chicago scene? All right. So then the LWF happened, and then I got to be come to the shows, and then I got part to come to the Bump Factory. So our history was there. And then you did the inevitable. We all left Windy City and you went to Windy City. Like, what the hell bizarro world are we in? A lot of people don't remember that.
Well, there's people that don't acknowledge it.
Oh, I acknowledge it.
No, but I'm saying the current guy who's
fuck him.
Yeah, I know, right? Oof.
Don't.
I know.
Don't get me started. Before the induction, there was like a 30-minute backstage of us just going off about this shit.
Oh.
So
Spade had to re-record half his shit because
so
sorry, I didn't mean to derail you.
Been so influential.
Derail away.
In my career. Because you know how to command a audience, you know how to take charge, and that is what I've always admired about you. So
better than anyone.
You know, when Steve says, the very first show you came out and you gave a disclaimer, and it's funny because when you guys were talking about it, I said to myself, really, I'm like, but isn't that what pro wrestling was always supposed to be about? like honestly, like, where are you gonna find two guys in their underwear fighting each other? Like, really? Nah, it's really not. That's not really a street fight. Street fights, I know, where I'm from, they don't do that shit. So,
yeah, street fights are in the alley behind C-Red's house.
Shit, come over here now. There's probably one back there now. But you've always been so masterful in everything you do. So,
thank you. Thanks.
When, like, I know you said earlier, and you always said, you get nervous before each show, and I acknowledge you for your being nervous, because some people on this show don't understand what it's like to be nervous. And
don't go there. Let's not do this.
I was told, I was always told,
I got shit for this earlier today, so let's not do this today.
If you can't be nervous, then you might be in the wrong spot.
Sure.
And every show I do, I might not come off as nervous. It might like, hey, I do this 20,000 times. I know what the fuck I'm doing, which I do, but I'm still nervous because that's just how I am. I want everything I do to come off flawless. Like, I'm sure every show you put on, once it's over, you can exhale and be like, whew, it's over with.
It's a lot. They're like, yeah, whew.
Right. But being next to you and doing commentary for ARW was truly an honor for me, which is crazy. We also took a picture with Jim. How'd he get in there?
We did. We did.
But I'm like, damn, all these years, and we've never taken a picture together. And I'm like, this is the first picture. And he has the home.
I don't get pictures very often. That would have been a good one to get. Damn it, missed opportunity.
Well, hey,
Shut.
there's always Sunday.
There's always Sunday.
Yeah, but you're not commentary, so.
That's okay. Always, I
Going
was
on
happy to
Sunday,
be. I was
Steven?
happy to be sitting on the side listening to the commentary. I don't always need to be there.
Yeah, he says he's going, Rachel. See, he
Oh,
ignores you now.
I'm
He
planning on
doesn't.
it.
yes,
I
of
got
course he
the
does.
okay to go. So, like I said, life has not been easy lately. I haven't had a lot of free time with family stuff, but I think I've got it pinned to the point where I get to sneak out for a few hours, have a PBR, catch the show, and see what I've been missing.
Yeah, please come see what you've been missing.
That's my plan. What about
Well,
you,
I'll
Cactus
see you
Rack?
there. I said I'll see you there.
Oh, that'll be great. What about you, Billy Wax Stories? Do you remember Blitz? Do you remember the stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You don't remember Blitz? You never went to Blitz?
What was I, 14 at the
I
time?
was
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
say
Yeah,
you were
you
probably
were
like
well.
14.
That's
You
probably
didn't
like,
you didn't have back issues at the time.
no, I did.
Of course you did.
No, I did. No, I don't know. I was like, when
I
was
see
Blitz
the
around?
flowers bloomed early.
Steven,
Sorry, that was a little out of
I'm
line.
gonna ruin this for you real quick. I have a migraine and I have my period, so this is gonna go left real quick if you keep it up.
See, you have to tell me these things. You should message me in the group chat with
Yeah,
that kind of
I didn't
information so I
have
know
to.
where to go.
Have to. Moving on. Moving
Moving
on.
on.
Thank
Moving
you.
on.
I was probably like 14 or 15. I don't know, but that was like the early 2000s, right?
No, geez.
No?
No. Like 10, 12 years ago.
Oh, well, then I was a freshly minted mother. I was
Freshly minted.
I was a freshly minted mother. I was up to my eyeballs in diapers and working doubles back to back to back. I didn't have time for that was the period when I wasn't really into wrestling at all. I didn't get back into wrestling until Hazel was maybe 4 or 5.
So what was your first like indie thing? How did you get involved with all this nonsense?
I actually I trained at SCW. Um, so I always wanted to be a professional wrestler, and life happened, and I became a mother I got married and I became a mother pretty young. And so I kind of put my whole life on hold for that. And then in my late 20s, I started doing Derby, and Derby became very wrestling adjacent. And I was like, I want to do this. So I went down to SCW with the owner of CKO for some striking drills. And I just kept going, and I kept going up until I was actually supposed to make my debut as a manager the same month that COVID happened.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And not
Wow.
only that, but also right before then, I got a horrible, horrible concussion that caused me to become dyslexic. And I was actually afraid to make physical contact
Whoa.
in Derby for another 3 years. It took me a long time to get back to myself.
Holy
Um,
cow. That's
so
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that was how that happened. And then like a few months after all that, I met Andrew, and then Andrew moved here, and he went ham in the indie scene, and I just followed him around. And one day we were Steve, I don't even know how we became Facebook friends.
I was aware of Cactus Rack of the roller derby, and you
Yeah,
came to a crash tested show.
I
And
did.
it's a shame that I even mentioned that name, but here we are. Um,
Yeah, but that's where it started.
that's where it started
I came
because
to a crash tested show with Andrew,
I put you
and
over more than Andrew that night because I was
you
like,
did.
wow,
You
we've
put
got
me
roller
over
derby
more than most
royalty
of the
here.
people there that night. And then at another show, they were talking. They were looking. What weren't you guys looking for another commentator? And
Yeah,
I
you
just
you and you
walked up and joked that you should have me do it. And Steve was like, "Okay."
let's
And
do
so
it.
then I started doing commentary, and then I just kept going with it. And I've thought on and off about training again. It's a lot of getting out of my head. Even before the concussion, I had a hard time with utility bumps. So because In real life, I have a herniated disc in my lower back from
Ooh.
deadlifting, Steven.
Whoa. Secrets of the Power Hour.
Yeah, secrets
God,
of
it's
the
all
power
coming
hour.
out. We got 3 shows left to get all this shit
Yeah,
out. So
and so utility bumps were the one bump I could not, and I mean Hunter Payne pushed me backwards over someone bent on all fours behind me, and I couldn't do it. So
it
it's
sounds like Balthazar.
yeah, I have a lot. I have to get out of my head. And I've thought about it. I've thought about doing it with Dolly Party on. Actually, I think we would make a great China Miss Kitty-esque tag team. But yeah, that's kind of my story with it. I've discovered that I love to talk and I somewhat have the gift of gab. So yeah, if anybody needs a commentator, I put the color in color commentary.
Huh. If
Even
only
with a
we had
herniated disc.
if only we had commentary at the Super Wrestlers.
I know. If you
I
ever
have
get
been
it, if you ever bring it in, you let me know.
I have been campaigning for that since day one, but that's okay.
Oh,
I think it's got its own mystique and it kind of speaks for itself. So I don't know if commentary helps it or hurts it. So, to think about commentators and the super wrestlers, it's it could be very cool.
I don't think in the moment. I think in the moment it would take away.
It would have to be like completely stylized. It would have to be like a
Yeah.
little different. There'd have to be a certain way to do it. Something like the Super Wrestlers could very easily lend itself to some commentary. Somebody
Yeah.
given a little bit of backstory, or these are the powers of this guy. It could really help, but it would have to be different. It would have to be different than
Yeah,
It
because
be a nuance. It
regular.
would have to be
I would say
nuanced.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite things about Super Wrestlers is how immersive it is because you don't have someone talking you through the whole thing.
Right, right. I mean, you'll get me in the beginning, kind of telling you a little bit of about what's happening, but otherwise, it's like a house show, and the fans are left to their own devices to yell shit, and kind of do whatever. Which we got to watch. we have a couple fans that are just that just go fucking nuts, and just yell shit like. And I'm all about it.
It might be me.
No,
Are you
no,
sure?
it's not. It's
Because my
not.
favorite thing to yell at CSW is kick him in the dick.
No.
Yeah,
No.
we've heard that. We've heard that.
Yeah.
It's just like, look, I mean, like with any show, and I'm trying to figure out how I might even say some of this stuff at the show Sunday just as a thing, but like you just if you're gonna yell shit, yell whatever you want. Like go nuts. Like I don't even care. Like suck his fucking dick. Like but do it once.
Yeah.
Like if you like if you just pretend you're a DJ, okay? Pretend you're a DJ and maybe play the song that you want to hear, but then like remember you're also in a room of other people.
Oh, okay, I got what you mean.
So like full disclosure, we have a fan that just yelled, "Kiss him! Kiss him!"
I was getting ready to put
kiss him. We counted 53 times. 53
it happened
times
during the Hakuzuki
yes
match. And I sat there and I watched it. And as I'm watching it, like at first it was entertaining.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay. But then like I don't know if it was
this the last show?
down.
Yeah. It was the last show. Like
it was the double down, and all of a sudden he yells, "Kiss him!" And
it was a man.
Like,
okay. I was gonna say my friends from Baltimore got really into it, and that was something that they yelled, but they were women.
No, I mean that's fine. There was one fan that always yells stuff, but like like a shaft of light trapped in a diamond. It just kept kiss him.
Like we've clearly moved on,
and like they're not going to kiss. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna kiss. In fact, I should have run out there, but can you guys just kiss so this stops? Like,
yeah,
it came over on the audio, like, and what it's tough to be like, everybody yell your heads off, say whatever the fuck you want,
except you.
Except if you're gonna do it like 5 times. Just yell the same shit 5 times, but like 53 times. Pretend you're a DJ, you're playing to the room. If you say it one time and it gets a pop, and you say it again for the people that didn't hear it and the pop is less, all right, we're done. We're done. But like 51 more times, we counted.
You
Come
cannot
on.
play
Come on.
YMCA 51 times at a wedding as a DJ.
You can't. You can't. You can't. So I don't know how to, you know, I mean, I do. I mean, I will just sort of like address it, but um, shit, I don't know. It's
Commentary for super wrestlers would have to be very nuanced, and it would have to
yes.
be very different. It couldn't be your same kind of slobber knocker typical wrestling
Yeah.
commentary. It's got to
Yeah.
be something different, perhaps
Yeah.
done in a Yoda voice or in Klingon.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that robot sound wave. You get a
Get one of
sound wave
those
voice.
voice boxes, and I don't know,
Right.
something
Yeah.
like that. It's got to be
Or
something
they're like,
very.
they're two people that are just incapable of actually speak. You got to stutter. You got a guy who stutters. Why did they pick these guys for commentary? Well, whatever. And you'll just get through it. There's the stuttering guy, the guy with the robot voice. You have the most unlikely people
You have
on
just
commentary.
you have just intrigued me beyond all belief that I would love to hear what that sounds like.
I think we just figured out what to do.
I think we
And
did. That's pretty
and
cool.
then you have a female voice, which is just a
Yes,
regular
yes.
female voice.
Kind of Jessica Rabbit-ish.
Yes.
Everything is a seductive trope.
Yes. Unless the female is the one, you know? And maybe it's just that, but her co-commentator completely understands what she's saying.
It's
Oh, I agree with you there. Like, oh, are you sure about that? Come on now.
Now we're cooking with gas.
We are.
So this Sunday, November 30th, Super Wrestlers. It's the secrets of the Super Wrestlers. Obviously, you're not going to tell us anything, but sometimes you hint at things. Do you have any hints
You
or
just have to
Easter
ask
eggs?
the right questions. You just got to ask the right questions. That's all.
So, the Crossturnia stuff,
Oh, yeah.
the saga of Crossturnia and all that is going on. Will there be any? Will we get rid of Rydell? Can we just get rid of Rydell? I kind of think everything changes if he is burned at the stake.
I was just gonna say, can we have a public execution?
What a good bad guy, though. My
What
God.
a great bad
Yes,
guy.
he really is.
But
I
we
think in
can't-
the
we can't
reveal
burn
at the last show, I literally was like, "You son of a bitch."
him. Yes. If you can still get that kind of reaction in indie wrestling, which I guess we're indie wrestling, but if you can get that kind of reaction, God damn it, we're doing it right.
How about Stephen Flo? Will Stephen Flo be in attendance at the Super Wrestlers?
You know what? Because it's the Power Hour, I will give you a Power Hour exclusive.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is actually an exclusive. The WrestleRant is returning, and Chef de Le Mignon said he wants to bring out Stephen Flo and Stephen Flo's weird manager, Don Jeremy. Maybe try to get him to break bread on the post-Thanksgiving show. He wants to sit him down and see if he can get them on the same page.
Oh boy,
That is your good Stephen Flo on the WrestleRant.
that's a
It
tall order, Delay Mignon.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's amazing to me that DeLay Mignon has become this iconic character at Super Wrestlers. I remember watching him when he came out and they're bringing out the little half sandwiches. And I'm like,
Mhm.
he'll be around for 5 minutes. And then every time it just gets
Andrew-
better and
Andrew
better.
Andrew is obsessed with Delay Mignon. When we went to see Mick Foley a few months ago, he saw Delay Mignon across the room and he started singing the song with the hand motions. Delay did not notice.
Oh,
Because
So
he was in
very for
he was in
Andrew.
catering.
Yeah, but he was all in.
DeLay Mignon. I mean, he's got his own Piper's Pit segment. He's got his own song. He has his own T-shirt. He's
What else can you ask for?
right. He's our guy. He's one of our guys, right? They're all our guys, but DeLay Mignon, you gotta love him.
And it just gets better each and every show with bright, colorful, unusual characters. We talked about Hot Kazooie earlier. Biff Beware is kind of a wacky character, and then we still have the vampire werewolf hybrid. We have a vampirate. I don't know if that is still a thing. The Amazon truck driver bit by a vampire. Just listen to me talking about these things. That's is the magic of the super wrestlers because you've got a chef and you've got a grunge superhero and a couple of vampires and werewolves running about. It's complete chaos in the best possible way.
Yeah, again, like I always say, I'm living the dream. I'm living in it. I'm living on the back of my own action figure package with all the guys on it. It's the greatest.
I'm
It's the
still
greatest.
waiting for Bosk and Snaggletooth to make their debuts at some point, or direct representations there too.
Well, all right.
I'm calling you out. I want the bounty hunters.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, we have a bounty hunter. We have our resident bounty hunter.
Yeah, we do. We got one.
He's had a rough go of it lately, but I'm sure he'll come back around.
Yeah, I mean, this Sunday. Let's see what happens this Sunday.
This Sunday, it's coming up again.
This Sunday, it's
11. Number
11.
11. Holy shit.
I thought we were going to get one.
Here. I am now going to ask you the question that I've always wanted to ask. And, like I said, we've had you on the show primarily for the super wrestlers, but your history is well documented in the annals of wrestling. And those three magic letters from the 90s will always be associated with you at some point. So I'm going point blank. I'm going old school. And you've probably been asked this question 1,000 times, but never by me, never here. How did the LWF become the LWF?
You didn't read the book?
Right.
I want to hear from Billy Whack. We've all read the book, and that's fine. But, I feel like the LWF in the beginning is like the Big Bang. And from it came so much. So I just want to know in his head, what was how did it, you're just like, I'm going to do this. And here it is.
Looking back, it's so ridiculous because, I mean, it's in the book but it was WrestleMania 9. It was watching Hulk Hogan steamroll ahead past Bret Hart and beat Yokozuna. I was with CM Venom. We'd been friends for like a year and a half or whatever, maybe. But I still felt we were new friends, still feeling each other out. And we were friends with the Brooks brothers and we were friends with Derek Supreme. So there's like 5 of us. And we're all mad about WrestleMania and in our teenage being just naive. We're like, let's put on our own wrestling show. One day we'll beat the WWE. Like, what are we were too old to be thinking this at that point, but it was the early 90s and we were teenagers, so like, we did it. But we just like stuck with it, and from the time we started doing it, there was like, I guess there's no looking back. Like, this is what we're doing. And again, backyard for years, just honing our craft, to like getting the ring and like going through all the just fresh out of being teenagers, early 20 somethings. Now we're dealing with paperwork and stuff like that, becoming adults through this thing. And then just not knowing anything, like not like growing up in it, growing up with it, and then just becoming it. And then, taking jobs at shitty places so you could still perpetuate the dream and doing things, screwing people over, family, whatever, so you can live the dream, So no, Mom, I'm not hanging out tonight. I got wrestling practice. You damn kids, like all that kind of stuff. And now, fast forward, LWF and Pro Wrestling Blitz and Super, here we are. We've dumped out at the end with all this experience, and now hopefully we're just doing it right this time, having learned from everything that we fucked up in the past while trying to grow up in this biosphere that is Chicago independent wrestling.
What a glorious run. What glorious times. So Billy Whack circa the 90s, Billy Whack 2025. These two people meet. How do they feel about each other?
Oh man. That's the thing. I'm gonna look at past me and be like, man, yeah, this is where you're doing it. Yeah, boy, yeah, you have all this energy and all this. And then young me would look at old me and be like, holy shit, you lost all your hair and like you, but you're doing it. You're still doing it. You're still in there doing it. And now it seems like it's fun. Like young me says to old me, are you a multimillionaire? And then old me just fucking pie faces young me and says, no, you stupid idiot. But don't get discouraged. Don't quit what you're doing. It'll lead to this, which is going to be great, which is what you've always wanted. So I have that going for me.
What a magical time. And I also noticed tonight that you're not sitting in the normal spot with which we get you on this show.
Move around.
By the tiger on the wall, we know that this is not the Whack Cave.
No, but also keep in mind that I always, when I do these, I'm like, yeah, why not throw out a little spoiler or a little hint? So I don't know. There's like stuff around me that might be something for Sunday. I don't know.
Suddenly Red got real serious. He's looking all over the place. What do you see, Red? What do you think? I mean, could there be a tiger? There be a tiger creature like Tiger Man from Buck Rogers or that butterfly on the wall? Is there a butterfly effect going to
You know
happen?
what the butterfly is? If you've ever watched Three's Company, one of
Yeah.
the pictures they have on the wall is the butterfly with the life. It's like a it what they have on Three's Company. It's a cover of a Life magazine from like 1929. I wanted that. I
And
found
there it
it.
is.
There it is. This
You'll be
place is
interested.
like Three's Company. We just don't have the laugh track going all the time. But
You should have a laugh track. It's very
I
important.
know.
But see, I know Whack, and it can be something as subtle as that light that's behind him. Or it could be, well, of course, it won't be the damn tiger on the wall, but it would be a tigeress reference. So that's the problem because uh, he's so fucking ingenious.
And he's wearing a
And
lumberjack shirt. I'm just saying there's a lot of nuances here.
Don't worry about this. The shirt's nothing. The shirt's that's came out of the dryer. Like I don't know.
He didn't have his cloak. Your cloak is in the wash.
then there's this ambiance red light behind him peeking through the window. One half is red, the other half is blue. I don't know if anybody else is seeing that.
We're
So
watching it right now.
you know,
He looks like he's a part of the Reaper Bond in Germany from all those Beatles videos. The red light district. See,
so
now you've got us down a rabbit hole that we might not be able to climb out of.
But
Cactus,
I
what
do
do you
this.
see?
I do this every time. I put something around. So
I mean, I do see a color theory here. So
It looks like there's a minute punching bag just kind of sitting there on the table, like a
no, I
cat
don't even know
puncher or
what
something.
did I put? What did it? Okay, all right. Oh, yes, okay.
Anyway, we could do this all day, just like Steve Rogers, but that we won't. We'll let the fans rewatch this 60 times, and then they can come back to it on Monday and say, "Look, there it is," and we didn't see it, because that's what I'll say.
yeah, I'll have to watch this on a bigger screen so that I can actually see things in the background.
Three's Company.
I
Just
do,
for
I do
argument's
like the
sake,
tiger. I do like the tiger wall hanging.
we've been
Wow.
waiting for
So
you.
the tiger wall hanging, it was a rug. It's a rug, and
Okay.
it was super soft. It's like a super soft rug, and we had it on the floor, and we had it for the Royal Rumble party, and I was like, there's gonna be 1,000 people like walking on this rug. You know what? Is it weird on the wall? Like, and I put it up, and I'm like, no, I like it. I like the tiger rug on the wall. So
No,
that's
it's pretty great.
It's fun. It's fun.
it's like a castle's tapestries. The interest is in the walls.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. Once upon a time at roller derby, Cactus dressed me up like Mrs. Roper. I was wearing a
I
moo and
did.
everything.
I
Good
even did his
looks.
makeup.
Not one of my proudest moments, but
It
I
was a pretty
wasn't picking
proud
up
moment for
anybody.
me.
I was the cheapest hooker you had ever seen in your lifetime.
Oh, for God's sakes!
But that's
You-
a long time ago, galaxy far, far away.
No, it wasn't. I got pictures.
I
I
was
don't
gonna say
want to
that
see
was like 6 months
we
ago.
don't want to see those pictures. We don't see those pictures. Uh, The Mandalorian and Grogu coming to a theater near you. Are you excited? Or how do you feel?
As we get closer, I'll probably get excited. It sure it's fine. I don't know. I've gotten burned by Star Wars, like so you just got to be careful. Like that Acolyte, nah, I wasn't into it.
No.
And it seems like Disney is just a company that just has the property and is just throwing everything at it. Sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's miss. Um, the comic books are good usually, but it's hit or miss. As we get closer, I'll get more
You'll
excited,
feel
I think.
better about it.
Yeah.
Uh, as the movies have ended at 9 and whatever they're going to do next, uh, do you still love them all? Do you love most of them and hate some of them? Where are you at with that these days?
I I like I think 8 and 9 were just like who's doing this? Do you not care? Like they just threw money at you and you like took it and went, there's Star Wars, make Star Wars, Star Wars, but you didn't care about it. You got the Star Wars canon and just started shooting Star Wars confetti everywhere, whether it made sense or not. And now it's a mess that everybody has to clean up. It somehow Palpatine returned. Fuck. So when we saw Return of the Jedi and we cheered at the end because Vader throws him in the thing and like, oh my God, like it, it meant nothing. Shit means nothing. And it's kind of like a euphemism for when you grow up, like, shit meant nothing. You got bamboozled. It doesn't matter. We're going to recreate it. And there's money thrown at it and it doesn't make sense and it doesn't matter. And everything you believed is garbage. It's like they just pulled away the cape and you see like the skeleton of the magic trick you're not supposed to know. It's all about money. Um, it wasn't made with heart. And there are people that would have done this for free and done like a good job, and it would have like kept the heart and the spirit and would have made you more money, Disney. But like, there's something that happens when people buy intellectual properties. They just cool, I've got it.
What do I do with it?
Fart. Like, yeah. It's so I don't know. Like, there was hope with episode 7, and then okay, 8, just no, 9.
Ryan
Oh, come
Johnson
on.
came out and said, "Yeah, fuck all this."
Right. How are you a quadrillion-dollar company and you have Star Wars? And like you it's almost like you deliberately fucked it up. Like deliberately. Like why? Why did you do that? No, I get it. There's people that like liked the movies and that's fine. They were okay movies, they were okay spectacles. In 20 years there'll be a generation of kids that was their Star Wars, like because there's a generation of kids now that are like the prequels were my Star Wars. But look,
I still have
sorry,
trouble with that one.
it's what the prequels?
Yeah.
They're growing on me, but I mean, but then again, go back and look at like 1977, A New Hope. Great movie, got us all excited and started, but like some of it's like whatever.
It was 77. It was a
It was
different time.
1977, right? These new the newest movies. Ugh, I liked Solo. I thought Solo was good
I did
actually.
too, and people shit all over that movie.
People shit all over it because it came out too close to The Last Jedi, and people are like, "Fuck Star Wars, Disney." So I think people like sort of shunned it, and as a result, it didn't do good. It didn't give them the money back that they wanted, so they're like, "That movie sucked." So
Nothing Ron Howard does sucks. I'm just
I
here to
thought
tell you.
I thought Solo was good.
I like to call missing the mark and having the property just to have it. I call it the David Corn Sweat principle because you have this opportunity to change everything and you change nothing and make it worse.
Right. All right.
But that's just me. This Sunday, the Secrets of the Super Wrestlers is happening. You've come on our show many, many times over the years, and we've always been grateful. And I remember the first time I kind of reached out to you and I said, "Hey, I got this thing, you know me a little bit, you don't know me a lot. Would you do it?" And you without hesitation always did it. And I have told this story many times. We do not always People don't always say yes. I have had some people say very vehemently, "No, I'm not doing that." But thank you. So, I don't pay. which I'm sorry because I'm a I don't get paid. I don't have money to give anybody, but I like to think that when people come on the show, we try to put them over and we try to promote and have fun and do all of these things. And maybe we leave things a little better than we found them, and maybe we make people a little bit excited to maybe take a trip out to the Concord. If one person watches this and says, you know what, I want to go see this, then everything we did tonight was done well enough to get one person out of their house into the Concord Music Hall. And that's all we could ever ask for. We're not reinventing the wheel here. There are 6 million podcasts out there. And I get it. We're nothing special, but the guests we have had, like you, like Marche, you've made us special because you guys in the Midwest and in independent wrestling are legendary. And the fact that you've taken time to come and visit with us all these years, anything special about us is because special people like you all have done it for us, and we thank you for that.
Well, no, I thank you guys because you're the last beacon of of hope for this Chicago wrestling scene, which I don't know how you do it. You have the energy to go and do these shows, and you do it with such enthusiasm. Where I'm like a burnt out sort of vet at the stuff, but you still and again, like you said, you were at Lamont, so to still be as excited about it is just amazing. We need more Steves in the universe for everything, not just even wrestling. We need more people like you, sir.
That is splendid, and I thank you. Red, what do you have to say to Mr. Whack?
Shit, we've said it time and time again.
Don't hold back. Oh shit.
You know how I feel about you. If you don't, it's obvious. Like, bro, you inspired me, and I've said it countless times, even tonight. Uh, that hotline, like, it was a hotline. It was a fucking hotline.
Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to bring back
But
hotline.
Hotline.
it made me want to follow Chicago because I wanted to see what you saw. The way you delivered your report every week made me want to know, okay, what happened that you felt that way? Or it made me rewatch even when you would go back and talk about a WrestleMania and you would talk about what you didn't like. And yet I'm sitting here like, I didn't see that. So now I've got to go rewatch it to see what you saw. Then again, as I stated, the creation of the LWF as a whole entity. And I will forever be grateful that you let me into the inner sanctum. I know a lot of people, if you weren't training at the Bump Factory, you didn't get invited,
Right.
So to be invited and to have a moment with, we'll just say, he who remains nameless right now. But it was a fucking positive experience. And then you even inviting me to come train when I first wanted to start. And you would have got my money, but that damn fucking machine. But throughout my entire career, even before, Billy Whack has played an integral part. And I thank you. I might have been honored Friday, but I know they only gave me a short time. Thank God they did.
And you tripled
the music
it.
started playing. But hey,
Take
you
your
blame
time.
the other three. Hey, they talk longer. But you are one of the people that I can say thank you. I can't say it face to face. This is the closest
Sure.
thing I can, but
Thank you,
I
Red.
thank you,
Red.
because I don't take credit because I didn't do this by myself. There were people like you, and even though you were younger, you had the fucking balls to say, fuck this. This is what we want to do. Let's go do it, guys. And you guys did it. Um, and that inspired a fucking 30-something-year-old guy to say, fuck it, I'll do it. You've always been a great guy to me personally. Um, we've never had heat, which everybody in Chicago seems to have. I don't know why. Um,
Strange time.
but I just love you for always being you. And again,
Thanks, Red. Thank you.
I thank you for just your kindness, your generosity, not only to me, but also to our show. Again, there, Steve says it, but I know firsthand there have been people I've asked, and they're like, man, fuck that show. And it's like, oh, okay, well, all right, never mind.
Fuck you too, then, bitch.
Yeah, why?
Basically. So,
Chance
but
to talk, like, Jesus. Yeah.
right, get yourself over shit, but never mind. Um, but thank you for everything you've done. Um, the show might be ending, but that doesn't mean we won't be around.
Right.
Uh, we'll be at I won't be there this Sunday. I have to take my son back to school, or back to the bus so he can get his ass out the fucking house, eat all the food. Um, but we'll be around. We'll see each other
For sure.
somewhere. We'll probably bump into each other at Comic-Con because I'm going this year.
Yes.
Yes. I've made it a war issue that if I don't do anything in 2026, C2E2, I'm going again. So it's been about 10 years. So, but thank you so much. I love you, bro. And I wish nothing but success. So
thank you.
Cactus, you're up.
Why do you always make me follow Red?
Because I don't want to follow him.
Oh.
I tried doing that on Friday night. It didn't work out so well for me.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. Well, obviously, I have given my flowers to Billy Whack and the Super Wrestlers before, but I'm gonna do it again.
It's the last time.
I know. So I got to make it count. Well, as you know, like I've already given a very emotional response to the Super Wrestlers, because I was introduced to you, Billy, and right at the beginning of when you started the Super Wrestlers, when I was going into like one of the worst periods of my life, when I ended up having to have 5 surgeries in a year, and I spent most of the next year unable to do anything. Which when you're an entertainer and you're creative, that like kills you, you know? And Super Wrestlers was a huge part of what got me through that year, like looking forward to going to it, looking forward to the new characters, looking forward to the storylines, and like that hasn't changed. I had to miss a few because of so much crap going on in my life, but like it's never because I don't want to fucking be there. Like it's the probably the best thing going on in Chicago right now. And I am so grateful that I was able to meet you, that I've been able to come to Super Wrestlers, and I'm going to continue to be at Super Wrestlers and continue to try to convince everybody to go with me all the time. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you so much. So much. I appreciate it so much. Like I said, guys, you guys were the first like media thing I did when the whole thing was starting. And like my heart belongs to this show. I will if you do one, even if you come do a reunion show down the line, pencil me in. I'm here. All of you guys are great people, and I'm surprised that the three of you, having been what you've been through and been through the Chicago, I'm surprised you haven't been corrupted. You guys are all still like decent people, and you've managed to navigate the choppy waters of Chicago wrestling, and here you are. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the show and everything. So thank you guys.
Billy, good luck on Sunday. We will see you there. And like I said, we appreciate your many visits with us. They've always been wonderful. And you're one of the best at what you do, and we're grateful. So
Thank you.
get out of here. Go have a good night.
I'm out. All right.
And we'll see you around the bend at the
All
reunion
right.
show.
I'll see
I'm
you
gonna hold you to
Sunday.
that shit.
Yes, the
I'm gonna hold
reunion
you to
show.
that shit.
Yes. All right. Thank you, guys.
The one and
Thank
only
you.
Billy Whack Super Wrestlers this Sunday at the Concord Music Hall. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
All right. See you Sunday.
Bye.
Uh here's here's the thing. A door closes and a window opens. So for a while, we might be gone, and then some things might change. You never say never. I'm not saying sabbatical. I'm not saying that, it can't happen again. It just after December 16th, it's a break. It's a break. We're gonna walk around without having to come together every Tuesday night. Not because I don't like it. I love it. But, life has a way of
Life has a way of lifing.
sending you messages when you don't expect them.
Yeah.
Like it's 6 in the morning when you're listening to something on your phone and something is said that offends you so much, but you are told that you should not be offended, that it's your fault. So, again, I'm not saying it's forever. I'm just saying it's for now. Because, you know, there's love in this room, and there always will be. C-Red is one of the people in this business that, it's you don't get many people in this business that become your friends. I mean, everybody's your bro or your acquaintance or somebody somebody you like, but true friends don't happen all the time. The reason why this show works is because we're friends. I call you my friends. I call Rian my friend. I call Cactus my friend. That's not bullshit. That's real. I know, I think I have like 9,000 friends on social media. Those are people on social media. And I'm glad that they're there and I'm glad that they're on my team. But, there are friends and then there are your people. And you are my people. And, it's not like I'm going to run away and do something else with other people. That's not the point of this. Time has a way of conquering us all one way or another. And like I said, for now, there needs to be a different way, and we'll see what that all entails. And we still have a few shows left, a few good ones, and we still got some things to talk about tonight. Cactus, let's talk about roller derby before you have to shuffle off this plane and go to Cactus thing.
Shuffle off this mortal coil.
I did not use mortal coil because I'm not looking for you to die. I'm just shuffling off the Zoom.
All right. Why don't you get us started?
Well, let's get a little deeper into the wardrobe malfunction.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Oh,
I don't need
Chicago Knockouts final bout.
need anybody significant others coming after me.
The final
You
bout.
want to talk about my boobs?
The final bout was this past Saturday in Homewood, and it was one for the books. The Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon characters were astonishing. I learned a lot of things. Number one, some things you can't unsee. Number two, I thought that you made me the most afraid, and you still do to a certain extent with what you do to people out on that track. But fucking Ricky Ricochet is just a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And I mean no disrespect to you with that. I
don't take any disrespect because my team still won.
You did, and it wasn't because she didn't try to kill everybody. I don't think I have ever seen anybody skate harder or try to hit harder ever. It was a symphony of violence.
That's just her default, by the way.
Good Lord. And she gets this look in her eyes, this crazed, demonic look in her eyes, and she decleats people and runs them in the wall. It is the damnedest thing. And I don't even know what the hell to expect that to look like on a bank track.
Yeah, it's and that's where she started.
I had a chance to chat with her for a little bit before the show, and she did say, the bank track is her thing, and she's very excited about it. I mean, she could kill a human. You hit a
Mm-hmm.
human and you flip them over those rails. That's
Mm-hmm.
dangerous.
That's where she started. She started in TX with TXRD down in Austin, Texas. Actually, there's a joke apparently that the movie Whip It was based on her.
My God, that makes a lot of sense.
And it's a joke in terms of like with the timing, it could really be the truth. So
She is an unreal force of nature. There were many forces of nature in the building that night, including you, who since I have been doing commentary, to me, this was your finest outing.
that's what I've heard. I've had, and to anyone watching that I haven't responded to, the day, like literally, Andrew and I got home at like midnight from the after party, which I said I wasn't going to go to, but then everybody was like, "Why not?" So I went. Then we had to get up.
I even went to the after
Yeah,
party.
we sat next to each other.
We did.
Then but we had to be up at 6:30 the next morning to go to Milwaukee, and so we spent a good chunk of the day in Milwaukee at our wedding venue, which I meant to tell Billy Whack actually that I took it as a sign when this was the first place that popped up for Milwaukee, um, because our wedding is at the best place at the historic Pabst Blue Ribbon Brewery.
Oh
So
my.
we're getting married at the original PBR complex in
You will
Milwaukee.
have to tell him that on
I
Sunday.
I will.
He'll want to come.
He's going to be invited. I'm still sending out save the date. So if you haven't gotten a save the date yet,
I already saved the
they're
date. The date
they're
has been saved.
coming.
And
They're
you were
coming.
smart. You did it on a Sunday.
Yep.
So
So but so I got a lot of comments about my blocking and how it's the best anyone's ever seen or anyone's seen from me in a long time. Because like as I was saying, when I got that concussion, I got that concussion in January of 2020. That was the last bout I played before COVID. And it took me another 2 to 3 years to be comfortable with contact again. Like someone would hit me and I would have to take myself off the track and go home. Like I couldn't do it. So I feel like I've definitely broken through in terms of like the cross training I've been doing. I'm kind of off schedule. I need to get back to it, but just going to the gym and lifting heavy, and trying to like eat better. I joke now that I eat like a stray cat. Um, Lots of tuna, lots of tuna.
well, you were in great form, and that's a great
Yeah,
picture. There are many great memories from that night.
yeah. I did
Uh,
feel really awful. Cherry, who was Aang from Avatar,
yep.
I hit Cherry a lot, and at
Yes, you
one
did.
point, I looked over my shoulder. I wanted to say this at the after party, but it's shop. We're not going to talk shop at the after party. If you see me on the in, don't take the in.
She got a nice bruise. I assume we have you to
Yeah,
thank for that.
yeah. If you see me on the in, don't take the in. So I looked over my shoulder. I had opened up the path to. I was baiting her. I opened the path to the inn and I was waiting for her to take it.
And she did.
And she took it. And when I went to hit her, I saw her whole body cringe, her face and her hands came up. And I was like, I think maybe I've got to lay off a little bit. But it felt really good out there. It was a really fun bout. Everyone had a lot of fun with their characters. I had a lot of fun being I was on the mild line, which is like the newer skaters as a hen, which means I take care of the newer skaters and I help them get through the bout. And it felt really good to do that and to help them develop their skills and then also get to go in and play at a higher level the next line up. But that's it for now. There's no more derby at the Homewood Flossmoor Auditorium. We don't know when our next home will be up and running. We don't know when you'll be seeing us again. So if you didn't make it out, I don't know what to tell you.
The only positive there is you will see us again.
Yeah.
Not
And
you might,
it will be on the bank track.
and it will be on the bank track, which is great.
So all the, and I'm how you said you were going to have that show that was just shoot.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
To all the fucking asshole wrestlers that saw clips of us skating and talked your fucking shit that it's not a real sport and that we're a bunch of fucking clowns.
Ridiculous.
When the bank track is up, put up or shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Yeah. That is like my number one thing is if you think it's so goddamn fucking easy to do, you put on your skates and you do it.
I have a pair of skates.
Not you.
Well, I'm just saying I have a pair of skates and I wear them and I try to practice and I'm just not good enough to implement them into that world at this point. I hope one day I will be able to do something on skates for the knockouts, but it's just not right now because I would never want to embarrass them or myself in that. But you try to be physical and violent on roller skates. It's a different kind of hell.
You try to do it while also keeping track of where your jammer is, where their jammer is, and who's about to hit you.
And the pack mentality. It's
Yeah, and making sure that you are within pack distance. Like there is so much happening that you have to be aware of. But,
it's got a football element to it because defense, when the defense plays well and when it's a thought out defensive scheme, uh, I feel like that's how Cartoon Network really won. Uh, they had very, very good defensive schemes. And one of the, obviously Cactus was, or should I say Cerebellum was a
mhm.
figurehead when it came to those defensive schemes. But so was Dexter, aka Grumpy Bear, and so was Grim before the injury. And
Yes.
if Grim
And
is
that's
watching,
we
uh,
love you.
we love you. And it was one of the most horrible moments that I've had in. It reminded me very much of when uh, Yanestra got hurt at CSW and
Yeah.
had to be taken out on a stretcher.
It was Rion threw his entire body into the path of the pack. So to explain for people, obviously that weren't there, one of my teammates, usually referred to as Flex, um, broke her ankle during the bout. She just the one of the things that I won't miss about the Homewood Auditorium is that because it's an old building, the weather affects the floor. Um,
Absolutely does.
and so in the winter, the floor gets really, really slick, and it doesn't really matter how hard your wheels are. It's really hard to get a good grip. And we've had to cut practices short because so many people were tumbling and falling, and pileups were happening because you make one wrong turn and your wheel doesn't catch and you're going down. Well, that's what happened to Flex. Um, and I just like it was just in that moment, like when you're trying to figure out what's happening with her, and then you're trying to figure out if the pack has noticed. And so Rion's out in the middle of the track screaming stop, and I'm at the bench screaming stop and like making the medic motion and trying to get the attention of the pack because they're just coming around the corner, like they're
Right.
not stopping. And then Slayla's screaming, and it was just
Bedlam.
so scary
It
to
was
think
just chaos.
that they would have collided. But Flex is in good spirits. I believe she's going to be having surgery. So I think I've got to check the Discord about what the plan is in terms of like a meal train or something for her. But yeah, I welcome to it's a real fucking sport. where
Yeah,
people
so
really get hurt.
anybody that thinks that it's otherwise can suck a dick,
Yep.
quite
But
honestly. Um, when that happened, the heroes of CKO did hero stuff. Invader Zoom, tremendous, getting where she needed to be and immobilizing that injury until the paramedics got there. She does
Mhm.
not get nearly enough love or
She
credit for
did
what she
not.
does. I couldn't do it.
She
And after it was
can't.
over, she was shook.
And she went to the hospital after that and stayed with Flex all night. I mean, so Thwomp went to the hospital with Flex, and then Zoom went from the bout to the hospital, stayed with Flex, took Flex home to Chicago, and then went home, went to bed, and got up to do. I think I saw her post that she had to go and do a double after that. So Zoom is incredible.
She is as good as they get, and we love her and the effort she does to make everybody feel better when they feel bad. Uh, Shout out to Rion Skills,
Yeah.
who, while the crowd, was uncomfortable in the silence as things were happening, did they called him the rodeo clown, and he did some really fun things to keep the audience engaged while
Mm-hmm.
chaos is happening. He doesn't like to take the flowers when he should.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was having people request what he was to do next. So I requested the worm, and he did the worm. So
Yeah.
there'll be a video at
He
some
did a
point.
backflip.
He did a backflip.
He did a backflip.
Rion Skills,
He break danced.
he breakdanced. It was very vaudevillian,
Mm-hmm.
but it was also much needed, and it gave the time for Zoom and then the paramedics to bring her the attention and get her out of there. In the end, Cartoon Network, the big winners. Uh, Great character work that night. Inspector Gadget's costume was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many great things happened that night. Even in spite of the disastrous moment, uh, I think everybody left there feeling like that was a really nice way to go out.
I think so. It had a really good feeling at the end. It doesn't always happen. At the end of the day, it's still a competitive sport, and big feelings happen. I've been known to have really big feelings. Um, but I think we all just really wanted to enjoy the time that we had, knowing that this is our last bout for we don't know how long. Um, and it was just not. I mean, this is a community that is going on, I think, 8 years strong, and
I
and the
think this was
uncertainty.
my second or third.
Yeah, and the uncertainty. Yeah, I think our first ever exhibition bout was in early 2018, and we started practicing in 2017. And so this has been, even with COVID, has been a consistent thing in our lives for a long time. And so I think what really was important to everybody was the fact that we were doing this together.
And it ended well. The after party was splendid. It was an end of a chapter for CKO, an end of chapter for Rabid. All moving on to bigger and better things. We're happy for Ray and Elias because
Bias.
Tobias. Why did I say it? Because I've got Walk with Elias in my head. Tobias, the space pirate. They're going to go to new quarters pretty soon, and it's pretty cool. Ray showed us the plans. She has got some sick, amazingly twisted ideas for that place. It's going to be great.
Mhm.
It will be a must attend venue. And, maybe when they get it up and running, maybe the Power Hour will reunite live at Rabbit like we did that one time.
Oh, speaking of, Andrew wants me to pitch the idea of you guys doing the power hour from our wedding.
If that's what you want for your wedding, we
I
would
don't know if I do. We're going to have to workshop this because
you
I want you guys
workshop it.
there as
If you guys
guests,
say that you want it, we will find a way
but I
to.
want you guys there as guests.
Well, we're gonna be there, obviously. So
Yeah.
whatever role you want us to take in your blessed day, we will be there for that with bells on. Right,
Okay.
Red?
Yeah, I already saved the date and did all the.
I have to come get you and drag your ass up there myself.
No,
He
my
put his
wife.
info in before you did, Steve.
Did he? Okay,
Right.
that's good. That's good. That's good. Solid.
Also, before I forget, C Red, I sat with your grandchildren at CSW. They are an utter delight.
Oh, I apologize for them jumping all over you.
I
Of
know they
course.
kept their daughters kept apologizing to me, and I'm like, nope, this is fine.
All right, so now we're not going to cut you loose yet because that's right. You were there for all of the chaos Friday night. So your insight will be invaluable because you have stake in this game. Uh, Being in the audience for C Red's induction in the Hall of Fame, how did you what were your impressions of the presentation?
I thought it was very emotional, and I think Red deserved every second of it. Um, I I can't really speak to it more than that because it was his moment, but I think he deserved every second, and he deserves all the flowers. And you know, I realize the importance of having like Marche and Jazz and Willie there talking, but I felt like for a story of a history as he has, there could have been so many more people talking. It would have been nice to have a tidbit from everybody whose lives he's touched through CSW.
It was a moment in time. I've been through many of the Hall of Fame inductions thus far, and there have been some pretty cool names and some pretty big moments. Uh, just for sheer entertainment and crowd reaction, uh, up until this point, Vic Capri's induction was the biggest one we ever had, in my opinion. I think this topped that because I think when Marche and Jazz and Willie came out, very recognizable figures in the lore of CSW, whether you're fans now or fans then. I mean, obviously, Marche has been in CSW for a long, long time and has been the champion now for many months and is, a pivotal player on a month-to-month basis even now. Jazz kind of comes and goes, and people know him. He and Marche had a program about a year ago, and Willie, Willie and his group where they cut the infamous promo that that got them essentially. Well, I'm not going to go into that story, but it was some kind of time. It was the closest Levi ever got to the Attitude Era, and if you know what that means, you know what that means. But I think the fact that they came out first and they did their Soul Touches stuff, and it felt so right and so real. And then Red comes dancing out and gets in that ring. And then all the Windy City people that are in the building kind of rush the ring and they're all in there. So, uh, Red, your speech was fantastic. It was everything it needed to be. Uh, Running long in the Hall of Fame, it just kind of is what it is because you can't put a time limit on honoring the past. And I thought you guys did a nice job uh, making it about CSW and your journey. So congratulations. Nobody deserves it more. And I apologize if it seemed like I wanted to take away from your moment because that is just not true.
I never thought that
There are
you
some that thought,
took I
maybe not you, but
Oh,
there are some.
oh.
and that shit irks the living shit out of me. Um,
The Scott Hall point, as it has been referred to,
but but
is
we
something we have done together for
yeah,
years. So the fact that I did it was an homage to our friendship and partnership.
and again, I'm fine with it. Again, you did it. I didn't even know. Again, I'm behind the curtain. I don't see anything you've done or did to take away from me or my moment.
Well, I appreciate that. But if I did,
Uh,
I'm
you
truly
you
sorry.
didn't. You didn't. Um, again, I think anybody that says that or feels that way, then call me. Just call me.
How did it
But
feel
I
from your
know that won't happen, so I don't even give two shits about it.
I understand. So how does it feel? You're behind the curtain. You're listening to jazz. You're listening to Willie. You're listening to Shay. And it's the old times. It's the old characters. You know, Willie was very Willie to bomb. And Marche was not made man Marche. He was all day Marche. He was soul toucher Shay. And Jazz was Jazz. And they set the table beautifully. And you're back behind that curtain getting ready to go. Were you nervous, as you said?
Um, so I was nervous as shit. Um, Hearing them though, once I got out, and that was the thing. I really wasn't trying to go over time. That's why I didn't go around the ring. Um, I got right in the ring, but to hear them say what they said, like I didn't realize that they, I guess the best word is understood the journey I've been on or still on. And like I said, that history there is as weird as it is, like it can never it can never be replaced. Like when I die, when they lower the casket, I want that song playing when I go down. Um, and the crazy part, like I wrote this long text message or whatever post, and of course, I did it, and like my mother called me for something, and then when I came back because I had closed the phone, of course, it didn't save. I was so pissed. So eventually, I get around to it. I can thank both of you personally, uh, Cactus, even though you'd have been there, even if it wasn't me being addicted, but to see your face and to see you sitting next to my children and grandchildren, um,
She was right where she
made,
needed to be.
And
made me.
actually, I had a very bad migraine that day and I wasn't going to go, but I could not be there for you. And I'm not saying that to make myself seem like I just want you to know how much you mean to me.
And I humbly and graciously say thank you. Um, it is much appreciative. And again, I apologize. My grandchildren can be a handful. Uh,
They were
I
as I
was
heard,
I
as I heard, by the time the main event got going, uh,
we got
they
a little
was
chant for your wife too.
they was ready to go.
I
It was a chant for her.
Yeah, Mrs. Red. I got that shit going. It was good.
I Okay, now I gotta watch the shit when it come out on IWTV. Um, Steve and we joked about it Friday night, but I told you there was a reason why I didn't include you because this is our format.
Right.
Not taking anything away from Cactus or Rihanna. Um, we started this journey 6, 7 years ago
It's been a
by
while. Been a
accident.
minute.
Again, your original partner, he decides to walk away, and I applaud him because clearly he saw something We did not see.
Yeah, yeah, he saw right through the bullshit, as he has done many times in my life.
And we have done this show whether we were asked to or asked not to do it. And when we were asked not to do it, we both looked at each other and said, fuck that.
Fuck that. Likeness or rights.
You
Yes.
you have played a integral part these past few years in my career. Uh, in words can express. Um, and I think words don't do it justice. But I'll say, first of all, I'll say I love you. And I'll say that as Sean, not as C Red. When you spoke earlier about me, Rachel, Rian, and we were friends, I don't think people get that. I don't think they get that we try to get as busy as all of our lives are. We still try to saw off a piece of time for everybody. You have been there for me. Rachel has been there for me, especially when I was going through it, when depression would sit next to me and hug me like nothing else. Rachel would sit here and blow my fucking phone up every day till I told her I was better. And then some days she didn't believe that shit. I think Cactus just thought he just bullshitting me. So I stopped.
She's got radar, man. She knows when she can see through bullshit a mile away.
Yes, I can.
So
As a very depressed person myself, yes, I can.
so I am the love I have for you is unexplainable in a sense because I'll give a why I love Steve moment. I think when we first got together, I don't even remember the fucking car. I really don't. And there was one fucking piece that I could not find online that did not cost an arm and a leg. And you drove all the way to the fucking city
For
with
that
that
thing.
piece. Right. And people don't get like eventually, I mean, it was a unique piece because eventually the car was gonna fucking stop working.
Temperature sensors don't grow on trees.
But so you remember, I don't. But you drove after fucking work and drove through all that fucking traffic to make sure I got the piece that I needed so I could make whatever, if nothing else, I can get back and forth home from home to work. I don't take that lightly because I joked earlier when we came on that time is precious. Your time with your family you took from after work to drive to bring me that fucking piece. Steve has been a true fucking friend. And for anybody to fucking say that he was trying to take from my moment, again, you fucking call me. Because clearly you didn't see me hug my friend, my brother, as I came out. I hugged him first.
Classic had a great picture. You see Classic's picture of it?
I did.
Classic got a good shot of that.
So nobody gets that this, yeah, we come on here. Yeah, this is the Power Hour. Yeah, it's Steve with along with C Red and Cactus Rack and Rion. But we're more than just the podcast. We're more than just four people that just get on a Tuesday night. And here's the crazy part. As much as you like to talk shit about us, what are you going to do after the 16th of December?
Mhm.
Talk about something else.
Who are you going to talk about then?
And as much as you're talking shit, we're having all the fun.
Well, like I said, there are a lot of people that have a lot of opinions, and everybody's entitled to them. And again, it made a difference for me, and I appreciate it. But Red, that's the thing. You know, your moment was so deserved, and it was just such a great piece of the show, and the people just love you, and I'm hoping that maybe we can find a way to get you back in to CSW to do some shit because the fans there reacted to you like you'd never left. And I think that's rare. And I know that it took us a long time to get you back into Joliet. We worked hard to make that happen. And we said, you said you're never going to do it. It's never going to happen. And what happened?
It happened.
It happened. And it's been great ever since, right?
Mm-hmm.
So never tell me that I can't do something because I will find a way.
Here's the funny part.
I drank all my beer. I'm done.
I knew the night was going to be different the moment I pulled in. So I parked right in front.
That place was packed.
But there's a line of people,
Yep.
right? And they're standing in the handicap spot. So I can't just turn and pull right in. So I have to creep right in, right? And people are trying to look like, who the fuck is this? Like, they think they could just. So I slowly eased in. We cut the car off. I cut the car off, and we both got out. And fans were like, Red, leave it to you to show up in a custom car for your induction. And I'm like, it's not custom. I would like to say it's custom, but it's not custom. I'm like, I'm like, it's only 300 made in the States. It was only 300. So, custom. And they were like, oh. And I mean, like, then all of the fans are like, yeah, hey, Red, hey. And I'm like, okay, all right. I see where this night is going.
We got smart fans.
So, I mean, I was appreciative of the fans. I was appreciative of the boys. Just everybody that did come in the back. Like, we started telling old stories and all kind of shit. And we talked about the plan that was never going to happen.
God, did that a fucking that is the I will regret that I'm not telling you what it is, but I will regret that for the rest of my fucking life. I want to talk about a fucking opportunity that will never come again. That's shit. God. God damn it.
Now, here's the funny part.
Again.
TA just sent out a blast calling all Windy City people to show up on the 12th.
Yeah, you better get your ass up there.
So I have to see what I got going on first. I ain't gonna make no promises.
Cactus will be there.
And then I have to clear with the household.
Where am I gonna be?
CSW on December 12th.
Oh, yep, sure will.
So, but and I'm going to say this. Everybody in that locker room put on one hell of a show.
Some really big moments. Eddie Grayson and Jack Valor beating Russ Hamilton
Oh
and
my
Steve
God.
Bost. How about that pop?
Oh my God. First of
You know
all,
what Turtle called it? Turtle called it, that's a turtle pop.
no, no, no,
Yeah, no, no,
no.
at Joliet, Turtle gets that pop.
He gets that, but there's a difference between Joliet and CSW. So, and I'm not negating what he does at CSW, but the pop, first of all, I'm sitting there and I'm watching the end of this match. And I'm like,
How
oh
talented are
shit.
those kids?
And first of all, you can't take shit away from Boz. We're not gonna disclose, but
Somebody's
oh
about
my
to take
God,
away some shit from Boz.
he moved like he was back in his 20s. And Bruss, as big as fucking he is, like, dude, so when he took the fucked up part, right? He took the bump toward the on the floor toward the entrance, and the entrance did like this. Like it started to like rock a little bit back and forth.
It
And
happened.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to grab this shit and try to hold it so it don't fall on them. Like what the fuck? And just the whole thing. But then when Grayson and his partner went over, like I didn't see it coming. I really didn't. And Missa got involved, which I love. And it was just like, holy shit. Like everybody was in an uproar.
It
Everybody
was,
was on their feet.
it was a crazy moment. Congratulations, Jack Valor and Eddie Grayson.
Oh, but shit. Then the main event, Raphael.
Ring of
Like,
Destiny. We got many new champions. FXB defeated Axel Rico with a little help from Minestra, so we've got a new Metro Division champion. Lily somehow was able to retain uh, in the uh, in the ladder match for the women's championship. What great work those ladies did in that match, huh?
them ladies crazy as shit.
And
Mhm.
how about Sophia Savan, her first CSW show, she gets the business end of a ladder.
Fuck. Again.
Cosplay princess, she looked good, but she got crushed.
So here, as that match was going on, right? Me and Willie both looked. Nope. Nope. Is it in yours? Nope. Not in my contract. Mm-mm. I don't take that type of shit.
You look at the athletes in that match. Haven Harris and Maggie Lee. You look at Maggie and you realize that when she's not at CSW, which she has been every month for many years, all while being at TNA. So she is the best of us. And Lily, you know, came from the very early days of the Futures Royal and has risen to champion. Amina Belmont has become a force of nature in the business, and what a match that it was. Lily's still the champ, and she will hold it as we go into In Cold Blood on December 12th. You said during the Boz match, the tag match when they lost, that Missa came out and kind of cost Boz a bit, wouldn't you say?
Oh, most definitely.
Were you there at the end of the show as we were
Yes, I
signing off?
was. I was standing right there. I
Did
was
you
like,
did you hear the shit that happened?
of course, I'm standing there. And people are like, and Rachel, you were sitting there next to me, right?
Yeah, I
And,
was there.
right. And people are hugging me and kissing me, and I'm loving everybody. And all of a sudden,
Boz
now you
pops
and
off.
Boz got words. Boz
Hmm.
goes off on you. And I'm like, I thought the show was over.
Yep, everyone was leaving.
That is the first time I have ever dropped an F-bomb at CSW because everybody was leaving and Boss was pissing me off, and I'm like, all right, fuck this. What am I fucking stupid?
You were feeling saucy.
I was feeling a little saucy. So now at In Cold Blood, Steve Boz versus Missa McKate in a retirement match. The loser retires from the business. So might be the end of the road for the old Paz and the old ponytail there, see Red. Missa Kate's been trying to kill him for months.
I'm 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 shocked, honestly.
Hey, just remember, he asked for it. He says, I want a match. If I beat her, she has to retire and leave CSW. I said, I'll accept that in principle, but if she's got to retire, if she beats you, then you got to retire. And the crowd just went, whoa. So now we got that match, and it's going to be good. The Ring of Destiny match was everything we thought it would be. Two people start, Royal Rumble type rules every minute until there are four people left, and then it's a fatal four way. In this case, Rafael Quintero is the Ring of Destiny holder, and he's already. Red, did I lose you?
I guess that
What the fuck just happened? That was weird. Cactus,
you lost me, and then don't
I'm
worry.
still here.
That was weird.
Right.
So Quintero already challenged Boz. Or not Boz, but Marche. So that is one of your main events at CSW in Cold Blood, December 12th. Marche Rocket putting his title on the line versus the Diamond in the Rough, Rafael Quintero. How about the stretcher match? Did you see that shit?
I was getting dressed.
Stretcher match was, well, before we get into stretcher match, I want to say this. To have Hot Rod Daddy Andy and Nick Diamond come to CSW and ascend to the level they're at right now is a testament to how hard those two bust their ass. Hot Rod Daddy Andy was in the main event at CSW Second City Showdown 5. Now that's our WrestleMania, okay? That is our biggest show. The induction happens. That's the show of the year. That used to be the last show of the calendar before we started doing this Elmwood Park stuff. That's the end of the season, right? That's where the shit happens. That's the show of that nobody can miss. Hot Rod Daddy Andy main evented in the Ring of Destiny match. Nick Diamond also main evented in the Ring of Destiny. Those two have been busting their ass all over the Midwest for a long fucking time. And the fact that they got to have a moment at CSW with all the history and all the legacy and how difficult it is to crack in to that promotion, uh, give it up to their effort and their hard work. They were fucking fantastic in that match. So Hot Rod Daddy Andy, I know Cactus, you're betrothed. I was so proud of him, as I was
Yeah.
so proud of Nick Diamond.
Yeah, he did great. He committed all the way. I don't know if you noticed, he looked a little different.
Spray tan.
Yeah, spray tan.
I'm like, man, you're darker than red right now.
Yep.
I laugh. Of course, he was one of the first people after we got there and I got situated. And he came up to Red. And I looked at him like,
You bronze god, you.
Yeah.
right.
I'm a deeply unserious person. I told him he looked like Marcus the Worm.
But and tell Andrew I say I've got much respect and love for him also because Andrew is the one that kind of got the nerves completely like put in my pocket and like you don't need that. Just Andrew coming up and like I was in the middle of a conversation and he didn't give two shits.
That's Andrew for you.
And he just came in and just made a joke and broke the tension that was. And the crazy part is, again, I tried to look for everybody before I left, and uh, my better half was not feeling it. Like, she 3.5 hours. I am so over this.
Yeah,
Uh,
we had
so,
WrestleMania time. We started at 7:10 and ended close to 11. So that's a long show, but like I said, the Hall of Fame kind of changes the dynamic, and we had the great mystery match that was canceled and then replayed when Warhorse came out and took the microphone from me as I was about to say some nice things about you, and basically put his St. Louis Cardinals hat on and left. And then about an hour later came back and messed up Shaz McKenzie's entrant in her match, and then ended up fighting Gringo Loco anyway later on in the show. But the fans got to see Gringo and Warhorse, and that's a made for TV moment. So I'm glad we got to have it. But another tremendous success for the Second City Showdown brand. Great induction of Red, great matches, setting up great things December 12th, and so many cool things. Sam Eli won the Futures Royal, so Sam Eli really is larger than life in this area.
oh, I got a bone to pick with Sammy on I'll see him on the 6th. So I got a bone to pick with him.
We'll talk
So
about that as we get a little closer to it. Uh, Before we go, Cactus, are you going to stick around for the end, or are you going to head out?
I gotta head out.
All right. Well, I appreciate you hanging this long. We still have to do a quick ARW rundown uh, for before we go. So go ahead and tap out. We love you. Bye, girl. Bye, and hopefully
Bye,
I'll see
girl.
you
Bye.
Sunday.
All right.
girl, bye.
Love you both.
Love you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You
Yes. Happy
too.
Thanksgiving.
You too. Bye. My God, if I can get the leave button to pop up. God dang it. Okay, bye.
Cactus. We didn't even get a chance to talk about the wardrobe malfunction that much, but that's okay. Uh,
I thank you because she was gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's probably true. All right. So, Thanksgiving, it's Thanksgiving week. It's our Thanksgiving show. So, happy Thanksgiving from us to you. We've got some big things happening. You going to be at Black and Blue Wednesday, or you got family stuff?
I got family stuff.
All right. So, tomorrow night, Hobart, Indiana, the tradition that goes on and is getting bigger every year. This is the biggest yet. ARW presents Black and Blue Wednesday. Lots of great matches. We've got the family versus the unstable stable. So we've got Miller and J City taking on Lunatic and the Spot Monkey with with misdiagnosis at their side. J City is a beast of a human. We all know career killer Chris Miller. We forgot to talk. We didn't get a chance to talk about Miller's match where he got barbed wire in his head
Oh
that the referee had to remove with pliers.
man, fuck
Hopefully,
that.
Miller's okay for one of his debut matches as being a member of the
Uh,
family.
when I saw the cinder blocks come out, I was good.
Stu
I'm
Montgomery is a sick freak. But
hey
what an
hey.
entertaining match that was. They had a blowtorch. They set him.
They
set
set the
fire.
damn slat right. I know, dude. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is gonna.
And
Never
they
mind.
couldn't get the sledgehammer out. They couldn't blow it out. Some crazy stuff. So we've got the family versus the unstable stable. That is going to be a hell of a match unto itself. We have got CMOS Dave, who we have talked about a lot lately in regards to Greg Glover, our last guest. If we were going to have another Power Hour show, CMOS Dave had asked to be on. So we might have to do a posthumous show just to appease CMOS because I don't want to piss that boy off. He's a monster. Taking on Nick Diamond. Now, this is a match that's very interesting because Nick Diamond wants all that smoke, and I think he's getting more smoke here than he wants. Uh, this could be a very dangerous match for young Nick Diamond, but you know what he says? Nobody shines like he does, and this is a big moment. So, who do you
I
think?
disagree. I'm taking Nick Diamond after what took place in Hammond. He was robbed.
Robbed.
So
That's that Joe. That's that Joe Alonzo shit.
I know, and I believe that Nick Diamond is going to have a huge chip on his shoulder.
He's gonna need a
Uh,
chip because he must Dave will
and
knock a chip off anybody.
I just believe like he's gonna take all of that frustration and he is going to pull out everything he's got to prove why he is the rising star in ARW.
He is most certainly undeniable. Next match up on the docket would be a triple threat match. Brendan Balling. I have told people on this show and elsewhere that he is one of my favorite up and coming wrestlers. He has a sinister skill set, and he is taking on uh, Thomas Heim and from OVW and NWA, Eric Surge, who is one of my favorites in the business right now. Surge is a fucking beast. So, as much as I would love to say nobody can beat Brendan Balling, you bring in Surge, and I just don't know. I don't know if I can pick one here, Red. What say you?
Bowling.
Going with Brendan. All right. Well, I like your style, and you are a Hall of Famer. In a family gone afoul, Jeb Crow takes on Georgie Mash. It's the battle for the book in a family feud that spans as long as the Hatfields and the McCoys.
Well, it is
These are
now
two
the Crow.
monstrous kids. These are two monstrous guys. There's going to be a lot of hard shots, I think.
It's the Crows versus the Mashes now.
Well, it's gonna be something. Uh, I don't know. You pick them.
I ain't picking.
I think that book is going to come into play at the end. I'll tell you what.
I
See,
thought you
some
about to
books,
pick
some books just aren't for reading, so I'm picking the book.
that. See, and that's what I thought you would go say. Hey, I'm looking forward to the next match.
This match is quietly perhaps the match I'm looking forward to the most. Families collide. We watched it happen. When Ivan Manson passed away, he left two families. And both sets came together in the ring on the Ivan Manson Memorial Show and were about to make peace. And then Quinn Whittick said, it would be a dishonor to the name of Ivan Manson if I didn't do this. And he slapped the shit out of Muggsy James. And now a match months in the making is finally here. They saved it for the biggest show of the year. Quinn Whittick, Sexy Violence, taking on Mean Muggsy James. You want to talk about families colliding and bad blood? The pull apart when this shit went down
Oh
was
well,
psychotic.
that was just ridiculous.
I have never picked against Quinn Whittick in any situation because he's one of the best I've ever seen. But Muggsy's got, you want to talk about that chip on the shoulder? Muggsy is the family now. Muggsy's that guy. Handpicked by Ivan Manson. He has picked up the mantle and he has run with it. He is Charlie Jr.'s right hand. And you talk about the right hand of God, Muggsy might be the right hand of Satan. Quinn Whittick doesn't want this, but he's going to get it. And I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to call it.
Mm.
Tag team championships on the line. James Creed's boy band,
Serpent, Serpenternal.
something nocturnal. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Versus Uncle Drip Drip's boys, Schultz and Thunder, the program, and Uncle Drip going to be out there with the Cavassier going, ugh.
He better.
He's quite the manager, Ed. Uncle Drip.
Well, he learned from the best.
Uh, did he learn? Did you learn? Who learned? Because you were
Think
all in
about it.
school at the same time.
Yeah, but I took manager 101 and got a master's degree.
I don't know. It may come down to it one day where it's C Red versus Willie.
Nah,
Or I'm sorry, not
well,
C Red versus Drip Drip.
there you go. But speaking of James Creed, first of all, oh my God, did you see the video?
Did you see the one that preceded that one? Where
No,
Josh Moon went to his house.
no, I did not.
That this was the one you saw today at the bowling alley was a response to Josh Moon going to the man's house.
Is it when Creed shows up to relax and bowl and finds out that his two lanes, one of the lanes is taken, and he finds out that it's Moon
Moon's
that's
playing
taking it?
mind games with him. Moon is trying to get inside the kitchen of the Indiana State champion. Look, after what happened to Joja, I am worried that one of these two men is going to the hospital. But what I'm also worried about is my broadcast partner, Josh, because we both know that Josh is kind of a badass in that ring,
Yeah, we
dropping
saw that
dropping
firsthand.
dropping 450s from the sky, right?
Yeah,
He's very partial to Joja, and Joja has been directly affected by this rivalry. There's a lot of layers to this onion. Very compelling matchup.
but let's be honest. Creed almost lost. Like you were there. Creed was in a hair of losing his title. I don't think a hair is going to be tomorrow.
Josh
I
Moon is
think Moon is going to whoop that ass.
is one of the best talents at ARW. And if there's anybody out there that could get the victory over James Creed, it's Josh Moon. But
I'm calling it.
it's a
Moon.
street fight. It's a street fight.
I don't care. It's Moon.
It's gonna be one of those matches where
Shit, they done already had a street fight. If they fighting in houses and fighting in bowling alleys, shit. What?
they are gonna take it up a notch, and the ring is gonna be loaded, and the fans are gonna bring it's gonna be crazy. But again, it's gonna be one of the jewels of Black and Blue Wednesday, and that brings us to the championship
Main,
match.
main event, baby.
Donovan Marcellus got in Billy Wack's face,
Mm.
got in everybody's face. After the show was over and Glover retained his title versus his former partner, Donovan Marcellus marched out and challenged him. And here we are, ARW Black and Blue Wednesday. It is the vet versus the young up and coming guy. It's the new blood versus the sentries, the barbarians at the gate. Greg Glover was on this show. He is a man's man. He is a champion for all seasons. And Donovan Marcellus respects him in no way. And Greg Glover is going to fight like a champion. Donovan Marcellus is not. He's going to do whatever it takes. I love Greg Glover as the ARW champion. He has had a great run. But this guy has got a sinister situation planned. And I don't know, man. I am just hoping that it's a fair fight and Glover gets his ample shot to retain his title. But Marcellus is a slick fish. We might have a title change. The stories, they never end at ARW. And the winners of the night will very clearly be the ARW faithful that come to see this show. It's my first. I am thankful to be a part of their team. I'm thankful that ARW has embraced me as they have. Josh has been wonderful to me, which is makes me feel great. I feel like they want me to be there, which is, you can never feel, you can never get over that feeling. They want you here. They feel like you make their product better. That's all you can ever want in any pursuit. But to be there now for this show, following the Civic Center this year on this night, magic's going to happen in that building in Hobart. And I get a front row seat for it. And I get to be one of the voices of it. So for me, doesn't get any better than that.
All right.
That's all I got.
Well, I'm thankful.
I'm
You know
thankful.
why I'm
Why
you
you
know why
think?
I'm thankful?
Tell me why.
Because I've been getting my ass whooped in fantasy football.
I knew this was coming. I am not thankful for this.
I was 0-11. I hadn't got a fucking win in one league all
Until
year long
until Sunday.
until Sunday. And I beat who? You, Soldier Boy, tell it.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking,
Chuba Hubbard's 5 points brought you home.
hey, I don't give a damn. All year long, I've either been 1-3 because I'm only in 3 leagues this year, or at best 2-1. I can never get a win in our league ever until Sunday. So
We
I
got
finally
one.
went 3-0. I'm like, why can't I do in one league? I'm a what 11-2. I'm like, what the fuck? No, 10-2. I'm like, I'm kicking ass in there,
I could talk about this with you all day, but I'm not going to
but because I won.
because you
Isn't it a
won.
great? Isn't it a great week?
You were the Bears. You found a way to win.
Don't ever compare me to them, please.
You were the Bears. It was an
Don't,
unlikely win, but you found a way.
don't compare me to
You
them,
were Ben
please.
Johnson. Uh, to everybody watching this show, happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate you watching with us. We've got 3 shows left. Next week, the Bearded Bruiser, the one and only presidential candidate, action movie hero, as you have been watching
TV star
on TV.
Today it was TV star.
Today it was TV, and we got the return of the morning after in a format we never thought we'd see. So Max Holiday will be joining us next week on the show. It'll be great to visit with him one final time. As I've said many times, if I didn't know the morning after and watch the morning after, that was the direct inspiration for the Power Hour. So it'll be a great pleasure to have him on before we go. Thanks to Billy Whack. Go see the Super Wrestlers, Secrets of the Super Wrestlers this Sunday, Concord Music Hall. Doors at 6, show starts at 7. Get there early, commiserate with all the people. It's a good time. Tomorrow night, ARW, Hobart, Indiana. Black and Blue Wednesday. You're not going to want to miss the stories there either. So we got some great opportunities this holiday weekend for some great wrestling. Get out there and enjoy it, and we'll see you guys next week on the Power Hour with Max Holiday. For the Hall of Famer, C Red, for the real deal and the master of the worm, Rion Skills, for the lovely wardrobe malfunction that is Cactus Rack, I'm Steve, and we will see you next week. Have a great holiday, y'all.